Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something pretty unique, a practical toolkit for life that's been put together from over 40 years of communication with a being known as Bashar. So let's just start with that question. Imagine if there was a user's guide to reality. Now, for this explainer, we're not going to debate where this guide comes from. Instead, we're just going to focus on the information itself, a set of principles that claims to be exactly that.
You see, the whole philosophy is presented as this practical toolkit, and it's all built on one really simple idea. Its value isn't in whether you believe it, but whether it works when you apply it. It's all about trying it for yourself and seeing what happens.
So how does this instruction manual say reality actually operates? Well, it all boils down to one core mechanic: your state of being. You can think of it like a vibrational frequency that you're constantly broadcasting. According to this philosophy, that single principle governs literally everything else you experience.
Okay, so try to picture life not as a single straight road, but as this huge, sprawling landscape with infinite branching paths. The source material says all of these potential paths exist right now, at the same time. But here's the catch. You can only perceive and actually walk down the paths that match your current frequency.
And this is where it gets really interesting, especially in how it frames choice. The idea is that when you're in a lower, negative state, you're literally blind to positive opportunities. They're still right there, you just can't see them. But when you raise your state of being, you start to see paths and solutions that were completely invisible to you before.
So, the takeaway here is crucial. This isn't just about being in a good mood. It's presented as a fundamental mechanism of reality. Your state of being is the actual rudder that steers your ship through this endless sea of possibilities.
Okay, so if our state of being is the what, we got to get to the how. How do we actually do this? Well, here it is. The practical, 5-step formula that this manual provides for putting that core idea into action every single day.
All right, this is the engine of the whole thing, so let's break it down. Step 1 is your compass. Act on your highest passion, your greatest excitement, whatever that is, right now. Step 2, you just keep doing that. Take that action as far as you can possibly go with it. Now, step 3, this is the real game changer. You have to act with zero insistence on what the outcome should look like. You just trust the process. Then step 4 is all about resilience. Stay positive no matter what happens, because everything can be used to your benefit. And finally, step 5, the ongoing maintenance. Constantly look at your beliefs and be willing to let go of the ones that are holding you back.
You know, a lot of the time what really holds us back are just old, outdated definitions for things. So this manual suggests we need to upgrade our understanding of 2 really key tools in our toolkit: trust and abundance.
Now that is a powerful reframe. Think about it. When someone says, "I lack confidence," what they're really doing is expressing 100% confidence in the idea of their own lack. The power is already there. The only work is to consciously decide to place your trust and your confidence in what you want, not in what you're afraid of.
And the manual redefines abundance in this super practical way too. See, it's not just about having a pile of cash in the bank. It's simply the ability to do what you need to do exactly when you need to do it, period. It's about having the right resources at the right time.
And this just brilliantly illustrates all the different ways that abundance can show up for you. I mean, if you're only looking for money, you might completely miss the friend who has the perfect connection, or that amazing synchronicity, or even just the simple idea of asking for help. When you open up to all the forms it can take, you dramatically increase your chances of getting what you need.
Let's look at a story from the source that shows this whole thing in action. So imagine there's this talented photographer, and her absolute passion, her dream, is to travel the world and photograph sacred sites. There's just one problem. She has zero money. Now, instead of seeing no money as a brick wall, she gets this wild idea, an inspiration that, let's be honest, most of us would probably just laugh off as crazy. But she acted on her passion, with zero insistence on how it was supposed to happen.
And get this, because she was totally open to an unconventional form of abundance, and she actually followed the formula, she got way more than she ever even dared to ask for. This is a perfect example of what the source suggests can happen when you really align with these principles.
So why does all of this stuff actually work? Well, the final chapter of this instruction manual zooms all the way out to reveal the fundamental nature of our existence, the big why behind the how.
Now, this is a total perspective shift. The source material suggests that this physical reality we're in, it's like a vivid, interactive dream that our soul is having, all for the purpose of learning and expanding.
It's not some place you're trapped in, it's an experience you are actively creating from the inside out.
And from that point of view, death isn't some terrifying end. It's just the moment you wake up from the dream. It's like waking from sleep in the morning and suddenly remembering who you truly are.
Ultimately, this manual doesn't ask you to believe anything. It's an invitation to experiment. The real takeaway is that you are in the driver's seat of your own experience. You've got the map, you've got the keys. The only question left is, where are you going to choose to go?